not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. With a lot of chaos happening, keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. Watch. Pray. GJRB in 2016. Still the What's Happening sound. Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russen. This Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see. Way out there. Every third Friday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB. It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online.
Wrapping up the Gary Russen program for today here on GJRB Online, and we're going to be closing out. So I thought we'd just take this last bit of moment of time and once again remind you that I'm going to be taking a whole week off, be off the air due to the fact that I'm going to be doing this operation. So I will not be on the air until probably be back before Thanksgiving, or before Halloween. And when we return, we'll go back to our regular programming. I got a few things. I got a Positive Rock show coming up, another one, live church services. I have another additional Gary Russen program, which I'm going to be scheduling. And, of course, we're going to go into a full open schedule for November and December here on GJRB. That means that we'll be making another GJRB schedule update podcast with a new schedule set up and recorded, and the old ones will be deleted. Okay, so we're going to be updating the schedule, and the programs are going to be different. I have plans on changing a lot of stuff and moving programs around and adding some shows. Making up some shows that got canceled. As you know, some of my appointments canceled 3 shows already. the Positive Rock Show Twin Spin Tuesday, which I'll make up on the first Tuesday of that month. It'll be TBA. A lot of the programs will be TBA. I made a broadcast bank, which means that all programs in the bank usually get rescheduled. And they'll get extra days on the air, and we're going to have some extra programming set up. And I'm planning on a few of these extras, including a evening of jazz. We're going to do a smooth evening. I've got the best of jazz coming up. 2 additional Gary J in the afternoons. We're going to take a break in some music. But I'm going to have a Gary Russen program to talk about what I've been through on this angiogram thing. So when I recover from that, another additional Gary Russen program will be scheduled, either a Wednesday or Friday. And I'm going to have a couple of them planned for Tuesday. I got a Tuesday one coming up, so we're going to work on that one. And everything's going to be on a TBA basis. That means to be announced. I will post a week ahead, promote the program, and get it set to go on the air. Okay? That's how we're going to do that. Also included in that is the debut of our show that got canceled twice, Crooners. We're going to definitely have that on for sure. Gary J's radio, television, and movie classics. I got a brand new edition coming up with some more classic clips from the golden days of radio and television. Got some more stuff from old time radio, Radioland, but I got more stuff for classic TV. I'm going to have some trivia on classic TV shows. And a lot of you people who are following me on Paying Interest will see some of those. I plan on doing some new profile segments for that program, including short-lived TV shows. I started one on that long time ago and never got back to it. So I'm planning on returning that segment. It's a pretty cool segment. It's where I talk about old TV shows that, for some apparent reason, didn't last very long. And I'll have a bunch of those. We'll do a trivial piece on that movie of the week. We'll have, I'm going to do a lot of stuff on trivia, more old drive-in movie stuff. Got that. So you want to tune in for Gary J's radio, television, and movie classics, and we'll wrap up that day. It's just be a day of nostalgia. And it'll end up with some radio lands. I got a couple more I'm going to play for you, some old westerns, including Have Gun Will Travel, and I'm going to play a classic western there, and a radio episode of Gunsmoke as well. So join me for that. I'm going to set that up. I have a few more of those old-time radio programs I'm going to play for you. I have a bunch of them that didn't make it on the last run, so we're going to get that on. One of them was a program called Out of This World. Really good story, and I'm going to have that on. Another episode of The Shadow coming up on future editions. So tune in to Radio Land. And then coming up around Christmas, of course, the annual running of A Christmas Carol, starring Lionel Barrymore's Scrooge. We're going to have that coming up during the bright holiday. I'll be talking about that in future shows. Everything TBA to be announced. But I'm going to have the open schedule with some of our regularly scheduled programs on it. I'm going to retweak the schedule and give you a new scheduled lineup as I get back from this from my hospital stay. When I get back from my hospital stay, I'm going to be working on a new schedule, and I'll have it posted for you. But the Freestyle Fall continues, and as you know, I said that in the promos. You never know what's going to be on the air till I post it, because this is a to-be-announced season. That means all programs, regularly scheduled, will be on the air, but we're going to add some. And some programs will get moved around on the schedule. And this example, it was today, I was originally going to have smooth afternoon, smooth jazz on the air, but decided to do this show instead ahead of this operation. And I decided, well, why don't we just do a Gary Russen program? And I got some extra smooth jazz coming up in November. So we've got some good programming coming up, so I hope you'll tune in to GJRB Online at that time. So the program schedule is going to be changed, and I'm going to work on a GJRB schedule update podcast announcing the updated revised schedule. Okay, so it'll be there, and I will have that for you. So watch for that on the GJRB Spreaker public site. This program will be available all the rest of the weekend, so if you have a comment about what I've talked about, just leave it here, and I will respond to it. Okay, just because I'm off the air doesn't mean that you can't leave a message about what I've talked about, because you are surely welcome to do that. Okay, I do leave that open for you to do that. Okay, so that you can talk. You can leave me a message on the chat room. And you can put it on the GJRB chat room. It's there. And you can tell me what you think about this whole thing with Trump. Okay? And I'll be back. I'm not going to disappear permanently. Just taking a week off to deal with this whole thing with this operation. And then when I get back, I'll let you know how that went. So thanks a lot for listening to the Gary Russen program. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you real soon. Leave me messages on how things are going. And we'll be right back in a couple of weeks. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And Gary J. Russen. Thanks for listening to the Gary Russen program. So long, everyone.
Discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB Online. It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time.
This is GJR Broadcasting.